And what is up, guys? It's gonna be my Nocturne jungle video on the new patch, and pretty much the build has changed a bit. Spear of Sojin second on Nocturne is actually the best item for him. It's super broken. I'm gonna show you guys how we're gonna be building the new Nocturne and how you're gonna take advantage of the new buffs on Stridebreaker and Spear of Sojin. So right now the build path is Stridebreaker into Spear. Now I do feel confident this is the way to go. You can go Frozen Heart, kind of like Jarvan, third item, or you can go into like the DD, which is also really good. Emperor clears, I mean, just clear as fast as you can. Just be efficient, like look for ulti plays. This champion's such free LP right now. I'm feeling pretty good about him, and I think he'd be a really good champion for whoever's watching this to pick up. So for starters, you want to go Q level 1, W level 2. And I always smite the first camp on Nocturne specifically because he doesn't really have like sustain issues. And now I actually think your scaling is really good. Before I felt like Nocturne was like, you know, kind of something like missing. Like it was nice to go Bruiser, but it wasn't like it didn't feel that good, right? His build. But now I think with the buff Stridebreaker and the new Spear of Sojin, you actually are just like a menace in the mid game. I mean, I think the new Spear is just super broken. Like, you know how much I like brag about and all that stuff. Like, it's just such a good item. Here, I mean, Nocturne level 3, we go E. 2 points into Q it's a possibility, but it's not really that helpful. Personally, I always gank people like this whenever the wave is like this far up, because I think this is like the one time where I can gank. If I'm gonna gank, and this guy should have went when I pinged. Now it's too late. Either way, I want this Ribbon to kind of be scared. So that's like the point of like what I'm trying to do here. I want the Ribbon to have like the fear in here. And I just don't want her to be pushing in and getting like you know, just like free wards and damage off. Yeah, I mean, this Renekton, I could tell just when I came, he didn't go in, that he wasn't the greatest. But like, yeah, I don't want to be invaded by like this kind of stuff. So that's like my worry there. Here we can actually get 4 off crab. Usually I skip the wolves because I'm playing for the crab timer. And it's just really good for me. Here we have to watch out for Tilia, so we just check that fast. So Tilia could come, right? So you just have to watch out for that. She most likely is, she skipped 2 camps. Just 1. So she's probably gonna backtrack here or base. Here I'm gonna gank mid because he's overextending. When we gank him, we just want to hit Q first, and then just right away, and then you just go with the E fear. Not happening. Not the best for us there. Hitting the Q is the important part. Listen, I'll accept my mistake. I missed my Q there. But I'm able to cross for the crab, which is a very high value situation. Here, I'm going to save my fear. Thresh just has to auto once there, but I'm completely not living this situation. You just have to hit the Q and then you can kind of chase. Me missing the Q, bit sad, but overall it's still like okay, because I don't have my base timer. We're really weak with our attack damage, so yeah, usually you just want to make sure you're getting your jungle camps full clear, or like what I did, a pseudo full clear where we just don't do wolves, because if we do crab we're gonna get level 4 anyways, which is good. We get some kills. Ball lane used all some, so we have that advantage, so we don't have to worry. But I really don't cast E unless like I'm doing like single target camps and like Gromp or like red or blue. And just it costs a lot of mana, and it usually we do max a second though. Losing Raptor is obviously not a good thing, but we're gonna have 2 camps topside. We did double crab, so that's experience. If I got the kill on Jinx, I would have been happy person. But Renekton's probably about to get Talia ganked, so like I have to decide how I want to play this map situation. Do I want to run topside early? Nope, I'm not gonna run topside. So we just keep farming. The Vigor should have died. I obviously missed my Q on that one. The Jinx should have... I should have just... You know, flashed way faster. I needed to get some like autos on her. Here, I think Talia's gonna be like lane ganking top. So I'm actually gonna smite it. So what I think is... Or they're gonna 2-man in. I'm gonna wait for some spells here. See what happens. Yeah, we kind of played that fine, but... Just gonna see if she's in that brush. I mean, no way this guy stays, right? What? I guess they're just like not gonna play bot side. Whatever it is. It is what it is, I guess. I mean, we'll just leave it at that. I'm gonna go bot side and start farming. The Pike roaming is just very weird. It's not something we're used to, but we'll take it. Anyways, we're pretty happy with the game state. We're pretty like if you're even farm like this, CS is okay. Like no lane is like exploded yet. You're happy. Nocturne, you're happy with it. Nocturne is a scaling jungler. This is like perfectly okay. I would love to have 1 kill. Usually going to 6, I would love to have 1 kill. But what I did there, like that top play, me just defending the Renekton was really big. It may not like seem like it was a lot, but it was really big. Just because of like how bad it was for Pyke to do what he did. So like that was just a big play for us, a big win. And if they get out here, I'll be 6. We can make some really good plays. Pyke is gone though. This is a bit dangerous, but Talia's no flash, so I kind of want her to show here. I think she will show on this crab. I'm gonna just do some damage here, see what we can do. See what we can get cooking. The Talia rocks, unfortunately, a bit of a problem. The Talia rocks, they interrupt you when you go in as Nocturne. I got stunned. Not only did I just get stunned, I took like 1,000,000 damage from all the rocks. But it was okay, we killed the Vigor. That was a big win. Yeah, the most important thing when you're playing Nocturne is just to Q. Make sure the Q hits. It doesn't matter about the trail like perfectly lined up. The second you hit it, you're gonna be able to follow them no matter where they go, right? And it just gives you this 40 attack damage. Like think about it, 40 attack damage, right? You understand how much that is? 40 attack damage. It's a BF sword if I fight on my Q. So if I auto like this, 129, 179, right? Like, you see like the difference is like day and night. So like if you hit Q, it's like you're in business. But if you don't hit Q, you have to really think about that. In this situation, I know Talia is... Well, I know she's in the area, top side. But I also just got my boots upgraded, so I kind of want to kill this guy. If I could hit Q, I could kill, but... I want to play for Herald because... Well, it's just good for me to do Herald. We have good vision set up. Vigor isn't really like much of a threat champion. They use a lot of summoners. Renekton has push. Akali's back in lane, so this is like a good time for me to do the Herald. For Herald, you could spell shield. Like I could spell shield here, which is fine. Sometimes I don't because I just dodge it anyways. And I'm more like trying to keep my spell shield just in case. Like if Talia was like gonna decide to come fight me. Here we're so close to Stridebreaker, we have to like farm and do it. It's just like it's a sin not to. But your mindset should just be like at this point to get kind of like base, get like a good buy. Look for a good base timer, get the crab most likely, and then reset. And then after I have this really good base timer where I have like my items and stuff like that, that's when we're gonna just that's when we're gonna like really start to pressure the map. Like my KDA, my scoreline not the best, but once I have this item, I'm pretty much online. Extremely powerful item, just gives me a lot of damage, a lot of movement speed, just a lot of catch pick potential. It's a very strong item now. Stride Breaker meta for sure. And here, like, you have two options. Like, you can either, you know, you can go for the gank fast, or you can go for, you can farm and then gank after. Personally, I like ganking and then going to farm if it looks like we have like good setup. Damn. I shouldn't have flashed because my Q didn't hit. My Q, you can cast it in the ulti animation, but for it to hit, you have to oh shit. I was trying to get the crash, my thresh not so much helping there. Yeah, I mean, you just cast your abilities in like the animations. It's just very good. You can cast all your spells in your ulti animation. You can W in your R, you can Q, you can E. With your Q and your R, it's a bit of a cast time, so you generally want to Q like right before you're about to land to guarantee like it's gonna hit. Because that's like that cast time, so like if you cast it, kind of like Rengar Bola. I don't know if anyone plays Rengar, but it's kind of similar to that in that sense. And your E is the same thing. You can actually just insta get it. Generally for champs that like have flash and stuff, I usually just try to like stride breaker as soon as possible when I R. And just get that slow. Here I'm gonna get R in a second so I can fight mid. Let me just go on this guy. This guy has no flash. This is some of the animation like that. Just remember the like the combos of abilities and stuff like that. Just practice it. Practice makes perfect. And they're just like always when like you can like always come back. Like you should always just believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself. And Nocturne is like obviously like he's an ulti champion. Like you just like I don't want to waste too much time trying to gank without R up. It's kind of it wouldn't be good. Just wouldn't be good. Usually what you need to practice is the comboing of how you want to like cast spells when you jump on people. This is what I was talking about too. Like sometimes it's better not to Q in your R, but like you just want to spam E. If you want to fear someone 100%, all you do is spam E and stride breaker, and this will guarantee like you get the slow off and you'll get the fear off, and then you hit Q after. If you cast Q in your animation, you generally can't, you won't be able to get your E off. So that's like something that's going to be like a little delayed. Your E will generally be a bit later in that kind of stuff. Here I'm just gonna kind of like hover the Renekton, see what wards are up, see like kind of what's happening in this area, drop a ward. Realistically there isn't like a gank angle, but there is a dive angle on mid depending on who's here. This is where I use the combo of stride breaker into the E, right there. That one is really good if you just want to guarantee like you get onto people. Honestly, maybe I should favor that more. Honestly, I probably gonna start to favor that one more because ooh, imagine if I lived there. You can't Q flash on Nocturne. That was a mistake. I should have flash Q'd. Q flashing casts the Q in not a good way. Actually, no, I think you can Q flash, but I think I just messed up my combo there. I generally like blue orb. I don't really go red anymore. I'm mostly blue gang because blue is really good with Nocturne because you can just blue orb. And once you get the blue orb going, you can blue orb and then you can ulti right after, and it's like really good. This is when you just get so much more ability. It's like, I didn't really touch on boots. Usually CDR boots is like when I have like 650. I'm like really open-minded about my boots and stuff. But on average though, I mean, Tristan is basing, so it's like weird. Tabby's is pretty good too. I sorry guys, I'm like tired of it. I don't know, I'm just sleepy. But these games and masters are like, it puts me to sleep. Here I should have wanted to break that tower. Local gold is always really valuable. This is what I'm talking about. The Spear of Sojin buy is gonna be really big. But yeah, what really you have to practice is the comboing with your R. And we touched on the two. You either cast like E and Stridebreaker, or you cast the Q, and then you kind of like get the delayed fear afterwards. Those are like your situations where you're gonna be using it. You just have to like piece it together. Your fighting gets pretty dangerous in my opinion. There, I should have went on the Jinx earlier. I mean, I just have so much damage at this point. Would have been perfect. To be honest, I don't care for this Thresh that much. He didn't lantern me that one time. So him dying was like a sacrifice I was willing to make. So this is where our build gets really interesting. This is where we're going to go Frozen Hard or DD. It depends on the game. But this is where like we're like godly. This is why I think Nocturne is actually quite good right now. With this kind of build path, it's going to make you super strong. Sure, like maybe like I'm not getting the... Like sure, maybe I'm not getting like the Dragon Force reduction on my R, but like this doesn't matter if you're not getting full benefits. Having like more Qs is like huge. Having more E's is also quite big. Now this build you just kind of like afford it to. Here I'm just like trailing because I think Riven might farm it. If Riven farms here, we can kill. My team's kind of throwing the game, maybe. Maybe not. There, I didn't cast the Q, but now I can get the Q going. You see, it's like those are the decisions I want you guys to practice. Like when I'm R'ing, should I go for like the Q in the animation? Are we going for like the... Are we going for the Q cast? Honestly, hitting the E with the Stridebreaker is like guaranteed death. I think for sure, even if they flash with Stridebreaker slow, they're not getting away. They're not getting away. So that's what I mean, that's what I'm feeling. So just remember, like these things I'm telling you are like the important things you have to practice. Because a lot of it is like that few seconds you have when you're on top of someone. That's like really where you can decide whether you can kill or not. People don't think like Nocturne has like much combos, but that combo, you can do a lot of things in your R. I mean, we already kind of touched on it, but like there's a lot you can do. Also, Dragon Spirit Soldier makes you so fast, by the way. Like so quick. Here, we're gonna R in. Oh, dude, where was I? Who was I even autoing? I feel like I stopped autoing Vigar there for some reason, but whatever. This guy is so Sakali, it's embarrassing. I messed up, I should kill Vigar. This game they're pretty AP heavy, so maybe honestly I just go Gargoyle. Haven't decided yet. This game they're like pretty much even on AP and armor. I think that they have a lot of bursts. Honestly, I don't like Sterix as much on Nocturne, but because his base AD is so shit. But I'm kind of big on. I mean, I think Gargoyle is situational here. Usually I'd probably go DD Frozen Hard. I mean, why are we not doing Baron? I don't understand. Bro, walk up, give me vision, man. Give me a lantern. I want a piece of them. Sometimes you just gotta engage and just bring the fire, bring the pain, man. Let them come to you. These two item spike though, I'm feeling it. I'm not big on Cleaver, to be honest. I think Cleaver on Nocturne never really made that much sense. It was just like a good item slot because oh my god, I actually missed it. It's an embarrassment today for Inori gaming. You can play so bad sometimes and just win when you just farm well and you know when to gank. It's just like solo queue. This is like I can play half asleep and I can win master games because I'm just like, I'm not even doing anything crazy mechanic wise. Like I'm just playing such a simple way, but it's just like so effective. Oh my god, we actually just could have lost that so easily. Look at the Dragon Force though. The movement speed you get from this item, dude, I've always been a huge fan of Spear Sojin, but it was just like, it was just not good to build. But now it's like good, and all these champions, like, this movement speed you get from it is like game breaking, like literally game breaking. Don't even look at Dragon Force, just look at the movement speed this item gives you. I'm telling you, second item is just, it's a Spear Sojin second item meta. Like, it's not the most broken item in the game, but like, it's so nice not to have. It gives you a lot more ability haste early too. But Gargoyle, I mean, this is like, if you watch me, you know, like I love Gargoyle. Usually you can go DD, but, or Frozen Hard. This game, we're gonna go DD. It's how I've built. I mean, I think whenever champions have a high, because we have 2 HP items, right? This gives me a lot of HP. Having some resist will just kind of complement it. It will kind of make me like a tank, a pseudo tank. If you feel like you have mana problems, the Frozen Heart is also very good. But on average, I think Nocturne just favors the DD. This game's when you close it out. Whenever you close it out, remember when we ulti, we don't have to always click it to take it. Like, just because you press R doesn't mean you have to take the ulti. Is what I want you guys to kind of remember. There, I'm gonna take it though because we're online. But like when you press R, it's 6 seconds where the enemy team just can't see, which is big. So that's like the mindset you should have. Like sometimes I turn it off just so the enemy team doesn't know where my teammates are or where like my teammates are fighting. But I think with this build, I'm pretty big on Nocturne. I played the early game like very sloppy. I'm a bit tired, but like I think this champion's super good right now. With this build, before I was kind of hesitant on Nocturne, especially high elo, but the fact that I can play him like this high elo, I think this build's really good. And I think for sure I put him really high on my tier list. He's S tier for sure. So I think be sure to follow what I told you. Just be really smart about like the early game. Like do go for plays. If you can have 1 kill, it's nice. If you're just like 0-0-1, just 1 assist early game, that's still extremely good. Getting to these item points are really important. 1 item, 2 item. This game I went gargoyle. Usually DD is like your go-to, and like Frozen Heart can be good. Maw can be really good for MR, but like that would generally be your build path. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe, like if you haven't, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.